ever thought Will Levis could be the key to the Eagles' 10th pick overall? Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So, we've all heard about all the different scenarios and things that could happen for the Eagles at 10. The Jalen Carters, Bijan Robinson, Peter Squanskis, all these different guys. But could the key to the Eagles pick at 10 be Will Levis? It may be. And if he's there at 10, the Eagles may get a huge haul. They may hit the lottery. Now, we're going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, pause, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, thank you so much for all the support you give to me. It truly means a lot. I don't know why this nice feeling all like blurry real quick. It must be my allergies. Anyways, before we get into this Eagles talk, I gotta say this. I don't know what's with all these people celebrating. They're all celebrating. Oh, let's celebrate. Toast to toast. Pinky up while you drink, Mother Humper, because Dan Snyder is selling the team. Why are people so happy about it? You know, we saw what Adam Schefter said yesterday. The Josh Harris group has reached preliminary agreements to buy Commanders from Daniel Snyder for $6 billion per source. Now, I'm going to read the rest of it because nobody cares. But my thing is this. Daniel Snyder has been the greatest owner in the history of Washington. All right, he's been fantastic. I want Dan Snyder to remain the Washington Commanders. What a dumb name. I want him to remain their owner for a long time. I don't want Josh Harris buying it. This Dan Snyder has screwed Washington left and right and all over the place. Let's keep it there. Let's keep Washington down. I've absolutely loved it. They went from a classic owner to a guy that stinks. I don't know why people are so happy. I'm disappointed. I hope it falls through. I hope Snyder's there for the next 30 years, screwing that team. Let's change the name. Let's think about that. What is the stupidest name that we could come up with? We'll have to think about it. Oh, it's so dumb. We're gonna have to wait a year. We have to wait a year. We'll be the no names for a year. And then we'll come up with the stupidest name ever. The Commanders. What a stupid name. But I want him to stay the owner forever. You know? So I don't know why people are so happy. Now, speaking of happy, we're all a little happy, right? Anyways, the Eagles are in a great position. They're in a great position because they're picking at 10, and if they stay at 10, you are going to get some top-end talent to fall to you. I mean, like top 7, top 6 talent, because there's going to be so many quarterbacks going in this draft early. And if you figure, the first 3 quarterbacks are off the board, and you have Will Levis sitting there at 10, there is going to be somebody looking at the Tennessee Titans going, we've got to jump them if we want this quarterback. There's a franchise quarterback sitting there at 10 right now that we could trade up for. We need to go get him. And somebody's going to come in and offer a huge haul for Will Levis. And I'm not the only one that thinks this. A lot of other people think this, including the Inquirer's E.J. Smith. He did a whole thing on this, and I kind of want to go over it and give you my opinions on it. He said several trade scenarios have already been thrown out there, including possible deals with Vegas Raiders. We've talked about that one. The Seahawks, the Vikings, we talked also about that one. The Patriots. The latest rumors come courtesy of the Inquirer's E.J. Smith, who predicted a, quote, massive haul from a quarterback-needy team in round 1. And that is something that is music to my ears, all right? And here's what Smith says about the scenario. He says, I can see 2 scenarios that could play in the Eagles' favor. The first, Anthony Richardson or Will Levis falling to them. If One of them is sitting there at 10, particularly Richardson. History suggests the Eagles could get a massive haul from a quarterback-needy team trying to secure him. Now, I don't think Richardson will be there, but, we'll see. I think Levis will be there, and I think Levis is a very, very interesting prospect. I think he's got a cannon of an arm. I think he is like a giant boom or bust candidate, and I don't know what to make of him. Hooker could also, they say he's also moving up too. Will it be as high as 10? Quarterbacks always tend to rise when it comes to the draft. I need a sip here. Pinky up, mother humpers, pinky up. I got allergies today, But, anyways, so, I think Levis is probably going to be there. It's looking more and more like Jalen Carter is not going to be there. It's looking like he's going to go to 5. I don't think he gets past 9. So assuming that the Eagles aren't trading up and they're sitting there at 10, they can look to trade back. And if they have a quarterback at 10, if Levis is there and somebody wants to get up and get him, you're talking not just like a decent trade back. You're talking a massive haul, okay? Get this. The recent quarterback trade-ups around the 10th pick tell us a few things. Teams pay considerably more when there's a signal caller on the board, and it should net the team trading back at least a future first-round pick. Chicago gave up a future first-rounder, a future fourth-rounder, and a 6th-round pick in 2021 to draft to move up 10 spots to get Fields. In 2017, the Chiefs gave up a future first and third rounder that year to climb 17 spots to draft Mahomes. So, if you're the Eagles and you could go out there and you get a first round pick for 2024, you got to do it. You've got to do it, especially if Jalen Carter's not there. All right? If Jalen Carter's there, you got to stay there and you got to take Jalen Carter. But if he's not there, you got to do it. You got to do it, man. You know what I mean? You got to do it. Like, a baby, the body was made to give you pleasure. You got to do it. Like a lot of you guys, a lot of you young kids out there, like little college kids, you probably don't go on any dates or anything like that. You can't get a girl because you don't talk to them. You want to go on a date? You want to get a girl? You got to talk to them. Talk to them. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Man, you guys got it tough today. I'm glad I grew up at a different time. But anyways, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. If the Eagles get offers because Levis is on the board, you've got to trade back, especially if you're getting a first-round pick in 2024. Now, think of this. All right, I just got to say this. Let's say it happens. Let's say the Eagles, I don't even know what team. I don't even know who. Let's just throw a team out there. Let's throw Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? They're just the first to come in my mind because we've been talking about Devin White. But let's say the Buccaneers, 19? They want to trade up and get a quarterback. They're willing to trade up and give you a first-round pick in 2024 on top of the 19th pick, right? So you take that deal, right? Now you're sitting there, and I want you to think about this for a second. You still have the 19th pick. You still have the 30th pick this year. You still have a second-round pick, all right? Next year's draft, in 2024, you now have 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 3 third-round picks, a bunch of fourth-round picks. I mean, you've got enough draft capital to restock that whole defense, to do whatever you want. This should also free you at 19 to take the running back, to take Bijan Robinson, take him, or to take Cansey, or whoever it is. But to take the best player available and not be so scared about needs. You're talking 2 first rounds next year, 2 second rounds next year, 3 third round picks. You got to do it. So if the Eagles could get a haul like this, like E.J. Smith is talking about, do it, man. Do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. If Jalen Carter's there now, I don't do it. That's a different story. I don't do it because I think I got to take him. But I mean, at what level do we get to? At what point do we get to where we got enough? We got so many picks, we got so much ammo that we can take a chance on a position we may not normally take. Do you realize the Eagles have never taken a safety in the first round? Ever. Would Brian Branch be the perfect guy there? Or, we've talked about the running back situation. Or what about the corner? I mean, I think the Eagles, if they got a haul like that for next year, I think you can take some risks and some chances on some picks and get the best player available. But Will Levis could very easily be the key to the Eagles at 10. And if Jalen Carter comes off the board and somebody wants to pay for that quarterback and give you a first-round pick next year, you got to do it. And I'll tell you this also. I do not sit there, and I am not going to trade back from 10 if I don't get at least a first-round pick with it next year. I'm not doing it. And I'm not going past 24. That's right. I'm not going to be behind Giants and the Cowboys. Not going to happen. So this is a very interesting possibility. And thinking about this, because we've talked a lot about trading back. But if there's a quarterback in the deal, if it's because the team wants a quarterback, especially with the Titans, think about it. Titans are sitting there at 11. They've been trying to get to 3. They sit there and they want to take like Levis at 11, somebody's going to come and jump them. The Eagles are in the perfect spot, perfect scenario. And if I get a first-round pick in 2024, as well as the first-round pick, whatever it is, I go back to, yeah, I definitely got to do it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. So one of the things I wanted to talk about earlier in this video that I forgot, but I'm going to mention it now, is that the Eagles had Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR, in for a visit. I think that's a very intriguing guy to bring in for a visit. If the Eagles were able to somehow draft him in like the mid-rounds, I think that would be a great move because, one, you got Marcus Mariota signed for 1 year, right? And then he's gone. Let this kid come in as your third quarterback. Let him learn. And then, he can be the backup from then on. I like the idea that the Eagles are getting quarterbacks with the similar skill sets to Jalen Hurts. That way you don't have to completely change your offense if he's not in, like they had to do with Gardner Stinkshoe. So DTR in for a visit. I like it. Denzel Washington out.